Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Corner. I wanted to pop in just a really quick video today. There's been an interesting development overnight, last night, early this morning actually. The last video that I set out, I discussed that we were starting to form this bear pennant. If you watch my last video, it's basically a representation right here where we have the lowering downtrend, we have lower highs and higher lows forming this pennant. And I was one likely scenario was for us to break down through the bottom of this pennant, which is a high likelihood in this type of formation, and it looks like it's actually starting to happen. It started, I believe, early this morning, and I can zoom in. This is a daily chart, and you can see we broke the bottom of this formation right through here. So if we zoom in, let's say to the 4-hour chart, you can see that this happened. It started happening around 3 o'clock Eastern time, and it was ad broke formation around 7. So if we zoom even further into the 30-minute chart or 15-minute chart, you can see we had a decent sell-off. I believe it's about a $200 sell-off. Yeah, a little over $200 with increased volume. So, so definitely a healthy sell-off, and now we are just kind of hanging out in this area, this $3,500. We're just kind of hanging out there, consolidating there a little bit after this last drop-off. Now, this $3,500 drop-off is a significant level for us. If we go back to the daily, which I typically like to use the daily to look at the overall picture of things, but you can see where we're at here. Let's do a little experiment. Let's see where we're at here. So let's say about this level right here, this 35.10 range. There's probably going to be something pretty significant here to look at. So this is originally where we sold off back in November. We came down, touched this line, came above it, went down below, came up, and we topped out right here. So this has been a pretty decent level. We bounced off here back earlier last week, but I bet you if you look over here, yes, you can see this area was an area of support and resistance earlier last year. You can see that we came up here, acted as resistance back in August of 2017. Then we came up over here, we came down, we came above it and acted as support twice. You can see right here. Right there. So these are levels that are being continually tested. Now, the one thing to think about with levels, the more a level is tested, the higher likelihood it's going to break. So we have tested this level multiple times here, multiple times here, multiple times here. So I'm still on the opinion I think we're going to break lower. I honestly think what's going to happen is we will fall, and this may not be tonight, tomorrow, but it may be soon. I think we're going to come down and we're going to test this level again. We're going to test this $31 to $3,200 level. And if we go further back, let's extend this line out and see where that takes us. So if we go the same level all the way back here, what happened recently that would kind of prove that as a level? And these lines aren't exactly perfect, but you can see right here, this right here, 3,200 is a really strong level. Bounce right here. Acted as a little bit of resistance right here, came up and has acted as a pretty decent support. Okay, so to see us come down and test that level again, that would make a lot of sense to me. Now, what I think may happen is I could see this eventually work its way back down to this level. I bet we'll consolidate here for just a short while, and I think we'll get a pretty decent bounce off of this level here. Now, one thing that we have to think about is this: since we lost this level here, this 3,600, now we're at this 3,500, now it's going to be resistance for us. Okay, it's acting as support now, but if we lose it, it will turn into resistance. Since it's not that big of a price difference, I could see us coming up through the $3,500 price mark. But one thing we got to look at is this line right here. This is the 50 EMA. This is going to serve as pretty significant resistance for us. Okay, so imagine this line here. It falls as long as price is falling. So that line could fall around this level right here, something like that. So I could see this price action come up, and we may have enough momentum to carry us through that 50. But I don't know if we'll have enough to get higher than these highs. We very well could. But another thing to think about is that this downtrend has proved to be pretty powerful. This mini downtrend, not the big downtrend that we've been in since December of last year. But you can see higher high, or I'm sorry, we made a high, lower high, lower high. So it's proving as a pretty good mini trend. So that's going to be a battleground area. This right here, this 37 to 38 to 4,000. That's going to be a pretty big battleground area. So I think it's going to be a really close area to watch to see if I think there's going to be a lot of buys. There's going to be a lot of buys in this area right here. Okay, so when we come up here, I think we'll get some pretty decent volume come in. We're going to pop through this 50. I think we're going to pop through the 50 EMA. We'll possibly pop through this mini downtrend. But I don't know if we'll have enough to carry us up much higher than around the 41 to 42 before we roll back over. Okay, again, personal opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times in the past, but that's kind of where I see going. So if you agree with that, then maybe having some buys set around the 31 to 3,200 price mark would be a pretty decent buy-in for a short-term relief rally. And then maybe take profits once if you decide to enter it in here, someplace to really start watching is and start taking profits is maybe like around this 50 EMA mark. People will start taking profits here. People will start taking profits around here, and then all these levels through here. So here, and then in this range. Why did those not mark? Here, let me do this. Again, this is just short term, guys. This is not a long term thing. So I could see a lot of people if we pop through here, people take profits here, probably a little bit of profits here, and then people would start taking profits into these levels right here. So that's what I foresee happening. Again, this is just a short video because I saw this formation break early this morning when I woke up, and it's kind of ironic we were just talking about this last night. So anyway, I hope this proves as a little bit of informational to you guys, so you guys can make your own decisions on what you would like to do. But it's pretty significant that we broke that. Now we could always wick back up through there. So if we wick back up through here today and we close inside this uptrend line, okay, if somehow we get a lot of buying, which we could, then this trend line would still be valid. Okay, until we close below it, it would be valid. Once we close below it, then I would say that the structure is broken. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you guys, and I will see you in the next video.